Hi, another film I watched recently was Two Mules for Sister Sara, Don Siegel's 1970 Western starring Clint Eastwood and Shirley MacLaine. It starts with Eastwood playing a mercenary named Hogan, traveling across the desert to fulfill a contract with some Mexican revolutionaries when he comes across three men assaulting a nun, played by MacLaine. He rescues her simply because it's the basic, decent thing to do. And the two fall in together. She has been collecting arms to support the Mexican revolutionaries, whereas he is going to help them with a plan to raid and eliminate a fortress in return for half of the payroll stored inside. Over the course of their journey, they become better acquainted and they start to develop a certain fondness and relationship. Each saves the other's life multiple times, and a romance blossoms, although her holy orders do get in the way. The problem with the film comes towards the end, so I'll talk about that last. Eastwood is very much still playing the man with no name type, a ruthless man of the saddle. Um, and it's interesting to see him in a slightly more comic, slightly more sardonic context that doesn't compromise the nature of the character. MacLaine is terrific, funny, engaging, completely believable as a nun, and developing this odd couple relationship with a gunfighter. It's almost as though the film's concept was the man with no name teams up with a nun, and the two of them become partners, and the whole film blossomed from there. And in fact, Eastwood had signed on for the film long before anyone else. He tried to get the script was originally shown to him by Elizabeth Taylor, who was keen to make the movie, but only if it could be shot in Spain. And Eastwood wanted his old collaborator Sergio Leone to direct before Siegel came in. The problem with the film does come towards the end, shortly before the final assault on the fortress. It's revealed that Sara is in fact not a nun at all. She's a prostitute who's been masquerading as a nun, and she's welcomed back into the cat house in the town where the fortress is based. And it completely upsets the rest of the movie. It changes the nature of the relationship too sharply, and it feels like a cop out because the end of the movie clearly has to have these two characters get together, but it didn't have the courage to have a character turn their back on God for a loving relationship. I think that there are ways around this. I made the suggestion to the friend I was watching it with that you could have Sara simply praying to God for a sign to leave orders for the man she loved, and there could be some kind of sign that they both see and are both startled by, awakening perhaps a certain belief in Hogan's part, and then the twist being that the sign is in fact something completely mundane that neither of them are aware of. Instead, we have a coarser, more unsatisfactory ending with the two heading off for America, now her dressed all in elaborate finery. The idea of her being a simple child of God who falls in with this rough, tough man, and then two of them fighting each other kindred spirits, I think is far more engaging and far more interesting. And the film really does blow it with this thoughtless ending, and it spoils, I think, what is otherwise a very well made, entertaining, and enjoyable film.